Hello, everybody out there. Welcome to today's training. This is Samson Lee coming to you from Los Angeles, California. And my partner in crime today is an amazing gentleman all the way in Taiwan. He used to be in California, also in the San Francisco area. Now he's in Taiwan. Please welcome Robert Ting. Hello, Robert. Are you
Hi,
on?
Samson. Just wait a minute. Okay.
There you go. There
I
you
certainly
go.
cannot find my camera click. How are you, Samson?
I am doing good. How are you doing?
We are pretty good. Everything is went well. We've been through we had the wonderful promotion at the Taiwan and the Great China area. So I think a lot of our team, well, they earned a bundle recently. So they are happy, and they are happy. I am happy.
Good. That's great. Congratulations. So, as the company do all these promotions around the world, it's important to keep up with it. And one thing is that people are motivated, or they need to be more motivated, or they need to be inspired to, really get to work to take advantage of the promotions and events. So great to hear that Taiwan is doing great.
Yeah, well, it's been a while, but actually, I think as if we doing the gymnast, leadership is very important, but the help of the company, we got to leverage every promotion, every event, so you can definitely have the better result.
That's right. That's exactly right. So tonight, me and you were talking this week, and we decided to talk about leadership, right? And let me put it out there first, though, because look, we have people from all over the world online right now. I see people from Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Canada, and Toronto, also in Vancouver. I have people in Taiwan, Texas, middle of US. So welcome everybody, and wherever else you are, feel free to give a shout out in the chat. So anyway, today we're going to talk about leadership. And one thing, just to get the subject going, I want to say something interesting that came to me many years ago as I was driving Jeunesse. I was traveling a lot around the world. We just opened our Hong Kong office in 2012. We were going to have our global anniversary in Hong Kong. At the time, a big event was 5,000 people. It's a lot of people. 5,000 people from all over the world flew to Hong Kong. And the company asked me to talk about leadership as maybe my 15, 20-minute talk, right? So at the time, I was just an average person. I did become diamond in 2011. But to be very honest, a lot of people don't know. Even as a diamond, I was still renting. I didn't have a big house yet, but I was working so much, but the money in the bank was going up, which is great. When you can make money faster than you can spend it, it's amazing feeling. So at the time though, I just thought, wow. But I came from just an average person to really succeeding in the business. So I was just thinking, but who am I to talk about leadership? I'm not sure what that is. So I went out and did some research, right? And coming from real estate background, coming from I used to have 3 furniture stores. I was an auctioneer before. The subject of leadership in business never came to my mind for all those years. And I don't know, our audience out there, I don't know if in their job or in their business has it ever came up. So, but in our business, especially in our industry, we work with individuals and we work with teams and we work with countries, right? So, but how to work with them? So is with leadership. I think leadership, it's very hard to define. Robert, what do you think? When people talk about leadership, what's your definition of it, or what are your thoughts about leadership?
Okay, the leadership actually, you do mention that this PPT what you create, I think the 2012, and you share with me the other day, and I look through that. My first impression about that, I think I call you. You still recall that I say this PPT is very, very good, because the first question I ask you, we're gonna announce that later. So, and we talk a lot, and I do find out why you can become a double diamond, because you build up something there. Probably you don't realize at that time, but I think at 2012 you already have that kind of mindset, how to become a great leader, and all the audience you attend today, I think you are lucky. If your team member not attend yet, please call them to do that right now, because you will see how people from something, I really envy what Samson just say. When you have more money you can spend, can you imagine what kind of condition that you have more money you can spend? But the point is that how Samson from 2012 right now is 2021, what he been through, I think you will see. I think he improved a lot, and something is not like go outside, is inside. Okay, so you will see that. My personal definition of leadership, just like you, Samson, and I've been in a traditional business for a long time, and I would not call that leadership. I probably call the boss. Gentlemen, boss and leadership is different, complete different concept. Boss pay you the money. Leadership, they lead by character. They lead by love. They lead by the vision, and they lead by action. It's completely different. So I complete change right now, all because of gymnastics, all because of the system, all because of the pioneer like Samson, King, Yvonne. They taught us. Right now, I have a better picture of the leadership. But today, after I studied Samson's PPT, I become more clear what's the leadership. So I will not announce it right now, and I'm gonna let everyone here, you're gonna go to discover by yourself, because you might have your own definition of that. Okay?
Great.
Thank you, Samson.
Very good, Robert. Okay, so let's continue. So if, for those of you out there, wherever you are in the world, maybe you're just starting your business, or you have a big team growing already, and you're working toward your goal and your dreams. For me, one of the best definition I heard of what leadership does, and to give a good idea about what it really does in the business, is with a gentleman named Simon Sinek. S-I-N-E-K, his last name.
I know the guy.
I know, right?
Golden Circle.
Right? Yeah, that's right, the Golden Circle. So if you don't know who it is, I encourage all of you write his name down and look him up. Simon Sinek, S-I-N-E-K. So the definition I heard from him was great, because it really kind of capture what leadership does. Okay. Okay. So what he says is, in management, managers tell people what to do for their benefit. Okay. Leaders, in leadership, they tell people what to do for mutual benefit. Okay. Now, did you get it? Okay. Again, when you manage somebody, you are getting people to do for your benefit. But leadership tells people what to do for mutual benefit. Now, it's very interesting. So it is one of the things that leadership it does in business. Now, especially in our business model, look, if your team member do better, you do better. So it's a win-win. So it's mutual benefit, right? But you got to be very careful of how you work with people, right? Because People are not dumb. They're very smart. If you try to manage them, they might revolt. They might not be happy. Versus if you want to lead them, that's something else. So one of the things, we can start with the slides and it will help to articulate what we're talking about. And Robert and I will comment on them. Success is built on successful leadership. Is that right or not, Robert? What do you think?
Absolutely correct. Success is built on the successful leadership, because in our business, our leadership is, to provide something to improve the productivity of your team. So I completely agree with that.
Yeah, right. So if leadership is not successful, the business itself is not successful. All right. Now, again, though, that word leadership, we still need to define it. Okay. Now, going back to the story real quick of what I was talking about, when the company asked me to, do a talk on leadership, I wasn't sure what to say, but I did the research. And what I decided to do is try to learn from some of the most successful people or some of the biggest leaders out there and see what they say about leadership, right, Robert? I mean, wouldn't that be the best, right? If we don't know, what do? We go search for it, we ask, right? So that's the smartest thing to do. I was telling my son over the weekend, look, the smartest people is not about how you think or how smart you are by thinking. It's about the smartest people is about knowing what to ask and asking the right questions, okay?
Correct.
All right? Okay, now in life, not everyone is a leader. Most people are happy with where they are. They are what they have and what they have. Leaders want more. And we were talking earlier, Robert, and you had a very interesting comment.
My comment?
Yeah. So because what do you say? Most people are what? Because they're in their...
Okay, I recall that, because most people, they like to stay in the comfort zone. Okay, they are employee-minded. But in Chinese, we always tell the people, well, you don't need to do the business. But if you want more for your life, okay, then you can join the business. It is exactly match the definition of a leader. Leader always want more, but just like you say, they work that for the mutual benefit.
That's right. So it's interesting today. And I just want to bring this story up. I was at the bank and I need some paperwork done. And I was talking with a banker. She is maybe in her 30s, she got married, but no kids. She wanted to dabble in investing because everybody see the stock market going up, right? So we were talking and I was just saying, most people have a job. They have because the income they get is limited, right? You work, you make money. You work, you make money, right? It's not like you're making $1 million like some people, right? So they have a salary. So they are very scared. She was very scared to make a mistake in losing money. So, but you have to realize that's the reality. So I was explaining to her, for example, there are people who are self-made millionaires who lost a lot of money, made a lot of mistakes before they became successful. Now, the other type of successful people are maybe they grew up in a family where the parents always invest, always know how to make money, and it's second nature to them because they grew up in the environment. The family had leadership, right? The parents had leadership to show the kids how to be financially successful. So I was just pointing out to her, look, most people, we're just so average. We know our parents have a job and they're busy at their job. We don't know what they do. And rarely do we see how they invest unless they are very successful investing. So at that time, I was just trying to make her see her own fear, where it came from, right? But that's the point. It is about leadership in life. So a lot of the leadership does come from family. So, we are who we are because of our parents, because of our whoever brought us up, our friends when we were growing up, it's a huge influence. And those programming, we are programmed before the age of 8. 90% of programming, the subconscious programming, our attitude toward different things, it's done before the age of 8. Okay, I mean, that's what the psychologists say. So after that, we have to kind of, once we are conscious of it as an adult, how to overcome, how to get out of the comfort zone you were mentioning, that we have to be aware. So now let's go on to the next slide, because next slide is great. You want to read the next slide, Robert? Okay.
Sure. Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. Is by the JFK. So a lot of people, you may didn't know the quote. Actually, this is the quote. JFK, they're gonna make the speech at the day he was assassinated at Dallas. So a lot of people didn't know that. But this one is, I think, it's perfect match to the gymnast. Just like a sentence say, we are not the manager, we are the leader. We're working for the mutual benefit. But how people won't follow you is not by force, it's not by the salary, it's by your ability to solve the problem. But not everybody was born as a leader, but they have one way. Just like JFK say, you can learn, okay? You can learn to be a leader. So my conclusion for this is a leader cannot lead without knowledge and a desire to learn, and must continue learning in order to maintain position of leadership. Just like I think everybody know right now, a company very hot in Taiwan called TSMC, the foundry company. Samson, you know that, right? The president, the founder of the TSMC is Morris Chang. And his philosophy is what? He called that lifelong learning. He always kept learning. So that's why TSMC is the top company, foundry company in the world. So I think it's something applied to here. So when you roll this down, I check that and I really move by that. Continue learning. I think is what the leaders, especially in the gymnast, that's what we have. Keep learning, lifelong learning.
Yeah, and that's the thing, when you learn, you're in a different state of mind.
Correct.
When you learn, you grow, right? Now, one other thing I would share with everybody out there, and it's something that I don't think I've mentioned before, in a webinar or even on stage, but it's something that I've always knew, is that the best time for me in learning about gymnastics is not when I'm making money. The best time for me in learning to be successful was when I was with other successful people. Okay, now, many years ago, some of you don't know, but when we travel, we don't travel alone. We have like a whole gang of people with us. I mean, literally, it's like a posse. Or let me just put it this way. When we started gymnastics, Kim Hui was traveling by herself. Very soon, she was traveling with Wendy Lewis. Very soon, she was traveling with Winnie Satandio, or Winnie, right? And then very soon, when I was making money, I was traveling about 1.5 years into it, okay? But very soon, other people start making money. We just start traveling together all over North America and Asia together. So Kim by herself started in 2009 traveling, working. She was always growing. And the people that could travel, of course, are the people already making money, like maybe a ruby, emerald, or diamond, right? So, but by 2015 or 16, we were traveling to Taiwan, maybe 50 people together. Then to Hong Kong, maybe 80 people together. Maybe to Malaysia, Singapore. Oh, we pick up another, 20, 30. By the time we got to Indonesia, it was 250 people on a few planes for the same event, going to Indonesia. It's crazy. Now, my point is this: the best time, I saw the leadership. We want to be together, especially the successful people. And the most learning I got was when we ran the diamond expedition. And, you know, it could be 5 of us, 6 of us, 10 of us, all diamonds at that time, from Taiwan, from Hong Kong, from US. We were all together, but just sitting around dinner and talking. And then at the event, watching each other, you know, talk on stage and perform, we see different style from Taiwan, different style leader. We see people from Hong Kong, different style, from North America, different style. We're all learning from each other. And so, and we all knew that. We actually all knew that. A lot of people who did not travel with us don't know. At the very end of every diamond expedition, the people that came along, okay, we had a big dinner together, but it wasn't just a dinner. It was a class. It was a master class. And what we learned in review of what happened in this trip that people shared, that was the best time when we learned together. It's just like these Zooms that we have. You know, these times are very precious. And leaders always learn. Learning, we grow. Growth automatically inspire other people to grow, other people to get better, right? It's like Michael Jordan. Do you think he practiced by himself? No. He's practicing with his partners like Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, you know, all the other players. And people love to practice with Michael Jordan because you get better by playing against him. So you gotta be among the best of the best. If you're not, you gotta get with somebody. You gotta get together, regardless. Observe, watch, participate, and do. That's the best. So JFK, you know, one of the most famous American presidents ever. I mean, he was very passionate in his speech, extremely articulate. He was president in his 40s, or a young president. And how did he get there? Because he had leadership. He was actually in the Navy, military. Look, to be honest, if we think about it, there's only a few places in life where they teach leadership on a daily basis. One is sports, team sports, right? About working together. The other is in the military, because military, and it's not top down. It's actually, the system they have is you learn to trust your leader who's giving the order. That's actually how it works. So anyway, you know, I'm sure you've been to the Taiwan military because you're Taiwanese, but I have not. But military, that's what I know, because I learned that from Simon Sinek.
That's correct, because military, the one they teach us one thing, the discipline. And you have the goal, and you gotta do everything you can do, even sacrifice your life to reach the goal. So so I can understand what you mentioned at JFK, because he served the Navy before. He even had been abandoned on the Pacific Ocean for I don't know how long, and been rescued. Yeah. So he's a great hero to me, and I'm great. You mentioned the JFK. I think is great. So keep learning, just like Samson. Samson, he actually from the past to right now, every time I talk to him, I just understand that he keep improving. Maybe show not outside, but the inside. So that's the leader I want to talk. And every time I talk, I think the greatest learning is not from the class. It's from the daily life, from the when you with people, join the people, and actually sometimes you can learn from your teammate. Is that correct?
That's right. It doesn't matter upline or downline.
Yes.
So, and Robert, it leads to what you're saying. It actually leads to the next slide, because a lot of people say, okay, but you still haven't talked about what is a leader. How do I become a leader? What do I need to do, right? And but first, you know, look, we already mentioned, you know, just keep learning and keep growing, and you will become that leader. But again, going to the specific definition of it, I think this slide says a lot. Leaders aren't born. They are made. They are made just like anything else, through hard work. And that's the price we'll have to pay to achieve that goal. And this quote is from one of the most famous American football coaches ever. In a 7-year time, he won 5 championships. So he knows about hitting the goal. He knows about winning. He knows about growing from the poorest neighborhood to work his way through. People did not recognize him, but as a coach, he became one of the most respected coach ever because he understands about leadership. So Robert, what do you think about this quote?
This one actually, especially from the Vince Lombardi. Actually, he's a football coach, and if everybody know the American football, okay, you can see that how they get the touchdown, because how they can charge to the end zone because of hard work. Okay, so it's not you are born to be the professional player. You need it through the hard work. You need the sweat before the game. You allow hard work. Then you gotta work with your team, and your only one way to go is the end zone. So that's the goal. So this one, especially from the Vince Lombardi, that one, it can touch your heart. If you see the athlete, they do everything they can, even they sweat, they are bleeding, but they still go to the end zone. That's a goal. So this one, I already remember that. Leaders are not born, they are made. That means we can be leader if we choose hard work. Is that correct?
It's only through hard work.
Yes, everybody got a chance to be a leader through the hard work.
Yeah, you have to overcome. Imagine in a football game, you're trying to get to the other side, and there's a wall of people trying to stop you, trying to tackle you, right? So it's not that easy. They want to stop you as much as you want to win to get to the goal, all right? Now this one other point that is not so obvious in this slide is that leaders are made with hard work. What Vince Lombardi is saying that true leaders, they are self-made. They are proven. Leaders are proven. It's not just, oh, I'm a leader, I stand there and watch you. No, it's through the hard work. If you have not worked hard, you won't be able to lead other people because the other people, just like the previous slide, they're always learning and growing. And they're gonna pass you if you don't do that, right?
Correct. So, let me add one thing on that. Just like you just inspire me, because leader never complain. Just like you say, you're self-made. You can never complain because everything is yours. If you want to become a leader through the hard work, never complain. Just keep doing and doing and doing it then.
Love that. And that means leaders take responsibility for themselves. and nobody else.
Correct.
Right. So which leads to the next one. How do we become leader? Robert, go ahead.
A leader lead by example, not by force. And this quote is from the China, Sun Tzu. Okay, this one is very deep because it's not just the static. It is a strategy, especially in gymnastics. The position to be a leader is not because you get here earlier. No, it's not. You become the true leader is you gotta prove that. You gotta go first. You gotta charge first. And your people, they will move and they will follow you with their whole heart. So this one is very good, not by like when I was in a traditional business. I'm the boss, I pay the money, I pay you the salary. So that's the force. So you gotta do whatever I told you. But it's not here, no. In gymnastics, you gotta lead by example. So it's a very good quote. So Samson, how do you think?
That's perfect. And so I'll just continue from that because what you say is already perfect. But what it will lead to is people will follow you, because when you show that you're leading by example, you're the one out there taking action, you're showing them what to do, and maybe even baby steps, holding their hand. It only ends up that the people who work with you and follow you, they respect you more. And with respect, you also earn their trust. You know, like it's like a hand, you know? If you earn the respect of all five fingers, you have a fist. A fist is a lot more powerful than the individual fingers, right? So as a team, that's how it is. So I love how you identify this, not only as just, you know, leaders lead by example, not by force. It's more than just a saying, it's a strategy. That you, Robert, you're right on the button. This is not something you just do. It is literally a strategy. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant point. Okay, so, you know, the thing is, it also leads to the next slide, because you know what? Leaders is action, not position. Now, Donald McGannon, he was one of the pioneers in television in the USA. He led, you know, the movement for social responsibility in news broadcasting. He was the leader. He was at the top of that. And what he says, leader is action. Leadership is action. If you want to know what leadership is, it is literally action, not position. You don't just sit here, you don't just hang there with the title and you're the leader. No, you know, even with the title, it doesn't mean anything. It's your action that shows your leadership. What do you think about that?
I completely agree with that, because this one, if we move that to our business gymnast, let me remember why our leader always tell us, if they have event, if you the first time you don't have people to come with you, you gotta go there by yourself. Okay, if something education, nobody come with you, you gotta go there by yourself. The PPT, the OPP every week, nobody follow you, you gotta go there by yourself. Why? Because that's the action. Because you gotta do that first. I still remember, Samson, do you remember that the YouTube video several years ago? They have one guy, the fat guy, he dancing at a different place. At the beginning, he dancing alone. Okay, next time, he's still dancing alone in a different place. And then people spread the video on the YouTube. And then you'll find out some people join that. Why? Why say? Because they think it's the mentality. Why he doing that? And he keep doing it. I think that's the point. You gotta keep doing the same thing. So that's the action. And finally, they found out a lot of people follow that. I think it's same thing in gymnastics. People, maybe they're skeptical. They will not do that because they cannot see the result. You are the leader. You have the vision. You know, if you go to this way, this road, the result is there. But how are you going to do that? You got to do that first. So action, action, action. Then gradually people will follow you. So that's what your PPT inspired me here. Leadership is the action, not the position the gymnast give to you. No, actually, it's not.
That's right. And you know, a lot of our partners, they get so scared about how their team look at them. Yeah, you know, do you have people who worry about that? How does my team look at me if I don't do this and the other team is doing better, and you know, etc. Oh, you know, they're bringing a lot of ranks. My team is, how is my team going to look at me? But you know what leadership is? It is action. And you know, at the end of the day, if you take action with your business partner, if you help them succeed, if you're there to support them, if you're there to answer their questions, they respect you, trust you, love you, you are their leader. Okay? And that's how it is. That's just like the example. It could be as simple as a fat guy dancing, and assume more and more people dance with him because it's so fun, right? And then he start to have the reputation of being that fat guy dancing, right?
Yeah,
so
by keep doing it.
Yeah, action. Exactly. And then you know what? And besides that, leadership is very important, because according to the 6th president of the American president, right? John Quincy Adams, says, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. This is one of my favorite quotes. Let me read it again. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. Isn't that beautiful, Robert?
It's beautiful because that remind me, when I was first in gymnast, I don't know how to do that, and I don't know how to become the leader. So what we do, Samson? We babysit our member. Okay, we afraid they're gonna be pissed off. We're afraid they're gonna be angry. So we babysit them, but turn out actually is whole wrong. Leader, what do? We cannot be babysitter. What do? We gotta have the vision. We gotta show them the way, and then you just like take that lead by action. Then you can inspire the people. You can inspire them just like a king do to us. You can dream big. You have the dream first. Then you will see the leader. You gotta keep learning, lifelong learning. Then we do more and they'll follow you. So that's how become a leader. You empower other people. So I like, I like this quote very, very much. I think that's my definition of the leader. You asked me before, I didn't answer that because I live there here. I led John Quincy Adams, our 6th president of the United States, to tell you what's a leader. He is a giant. And if Lisa Cole is here, you gotta believe that.
And can you imagine, Robert, John Quincy Adams lived in was president, I believe, around 1825. Okay,
so yeah, to 1829. Yeah,
right,
that's correct.
Right. So that's a long time ago, right? But fast forward to this century, to another John, Mr. John C. Maxwell. If you read books, John Maxwell writes tons of books on leadership. I think he's written more than 60 books. He said a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Powerful and simple, isn't it?
Yes, very, very powerful and simple.
And it's just like what we talked about before. Leadership is action, not position. It's action, action, action. What do I do as a leader? Action, 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 right? And here we go. A leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. And it relates exactly what to John Quincy Adams was saying earlier about, if your actions inspire other people. So you got to know the way. And when you go the way, people are even more excited because they're watching you. And you know what? When you watch somebody, you are them in a way, because you watch them, you reflect their essence in a sense, right? And then shows the way. And all you have to do is just follow that person who is leading you. Powerful. What do you think?
I do agree that because in gymnastics, especially in our business, we don't do the same for the team. I mean, what I mean, we don't do that stuff for your member, because we gotta truly understand that in this business, if you want more, then that got come from your heart. You gotta do that by yourself. And what leader can provide it to you? Leader will not do that for you, because just like a Olympic championship, right? No matter how good is the coach only can show you the way, show you how to do that, and make a discipline of that. But you are the one gonna do that by yourself. And this one, I think they true identify what leader should do, not be babysitter. You gotta show your people, your team, how to do that. And if they have desire, they want more in their life, they will go that way. If someone, just like the previous PP, the slide say, if they don't want more, it's a-okay. You can stay there. But leader is you gotta choose the people that have the same idea, same value, same concept, same mindset as you. And you are small group of people, you can go ahead, told the way to success. So I think it's, well, it's excellent. You know, it's that we can see that all the great leaders think 1985, Adam says that. But right now, Maxwell say that again. So you can see the true wisdom never rusted. They will last forever.
Yeah. And you know what? From one of the fathers of modern management, you know, Warren Bennett, he said, leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Now, this is very powerful, okay? This is very powerful, because how leaders really inspire is, look, they have a vision, they have an idea what they want, they have an idea where they're going, they see it, and some leaders see it so clearly that is simple as A to B, going from A to B. It is maybe so clear that it's like a straight line, and they just need to get there. Nobody can get in their way. They're just going to run them over. They're going to overcome them. They're just going to go, go, go. Leadership is action, is the capacity, the ability. The capacity also means like you have enough of you. How should I say? You have enough guts. You have enough drive. The capacity of you, like a capacity of a battery. How much do you have? How much drive you have? How much energy you have? That through action, that can translate your vision, your dream into reality, to make it real. Because a lot of people, you know, they have all this baggage, they have this programming that they don't think that they themselves are enough. I would never think that of myself anymore, even though I lost all my money in the furniture business and came back and did it all again and much more through Jeunesse. As leadership is the capacity, it's the action plus the capacity, just like a capacity of a battery, whatever you think you have that's in you. Success is an inside job to translate your vision, your dream into reality. And that's your leadership. What do you think about that?
Leadership is a capacity to translate vision into reality. I think that's one. You can combine what the previous slide just say. Okay, so how to translate your vision to reality? Actually, you need a way. Okay, you need the team. You need a lot of things to combine together. But first, you gotta have the vision. Just like Samson, like you. Why I still remember, say you told me why you joined the King, because your vision is that King is successful in this business, and she been successful before, and you will believe she will be success in the future. So that's kind of your vision, because you see that before they been reality, you decide to trust that. You trust your vision. So you got to trust first, and how you can translate vision into reality, you got to have the way. But how we know the way, just like JFK say, you got to keep learning from here, learning from there, learning from different people, learning from a successful entrepreneur. So you can translate the vision into reality. So this, I think, is what he talk about. That is action, action, action. You got to keep working on that.
That's right. That's right. And the thing is, look, nobody can do it by themselves, right?
Correct.
I think when you mentioned Kim, at that time, I trusted her.
Correct.
I trusted her vision.
Yeah.
I saw her become successful before. So she has climbed to the top of the mountain before. The view is different looking down. Sure, I know the process from A to Z. All I did was be a good student and good follower and take action, 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 right?
Yeah, name me one thing on that, Samson, because I figured it out. Because at that moment, you trust Kim, you trust his vision, but at the same time, you transfer her vision, become your vision.
That's the
so correct? So you know, okay, that's Kim's vision. Then I learn, okay, I learn not just from her skill and his thinking, his mindset, even her vision. So I think that's why you can go this way successful all this year. And that's my guess. I know is that right or not.
Well, almost, because a lot of times, even though I trusted her, and like you said, I grab onto her vision. Oh, you know what? We're going to have a global business and it's going to be everywhere, but we're only in 5 countries. Myself, I don't have anybody else that I know in other countries except in the USA. How am I going to go global? So all I did was I hang on to what she was saying. You know, I copied what she was saying. I copied what she was doing. I did my best to do that. And over time, that vision started to open up. The possibility, it became from a possibility to a vision. And then when it started to become more clear, it became my vision. When I really saw it, when I really experienced enough to say, this is it, I'm living the dream. And then the next point was, you know what? I have to make, the only way is, it makes me even more serious to help other people to be successful. That is the ultimate vision. Because like I said earlier, it's amazing feeling when you can make more money than you can spend, okay? If more money is coming in than you ever could dream of spending. But the thing is, it's not about that. That's just a short moment. But when you see people's lives change and when you see they are starting to have hope like I did when I was at the beginning, but not really clear what's going on, but just, you know what, step by step by step. But the people who trusted that, they made it. Because, you know, at the end of the day, in any organization, in any industry, leadership is important. Because in leadership, just like Peter Drucker, one of the most famous business scholars of our time from the University of Southern California, he said, they, quote unquote, leaders, don't think I, they think we, they think team. It's very powerful because wherever leaders go, they know that they will take people with them. They have certain responsibilities maybe, and maybe that you have to think for them. And Robert, I would tell you many times that in my career in this industry, okay, in my career, there are times where I can present things a certain way or another way for my benefit or for mutual benefit, for the short term or for the long term. But I want to share with you something, and everybody out there. If you ever came upon a decision like that, the one that's good for the team is always good in the long run. That's what I found. If it's only for yourself, it's very short term, and it will get you will get kickback. But if we think team, it's always right and always for the long term. Because in any organization, there's a leader or there's a bunch of leaders, okay? And the idea of success, no one can be success by themselves. There's always another story behind that. So if you think, I, you're too short-sighted. Think we, think team. How have you, Robert, how have you experienced in your business?
This quote reminds me of, I think it's Michael Jordan saying, "My alone," I think I'm not exactly the fate. Me alone, I can win the game, but only the team can win the championship.
There you go.
Yeah, so you can think that just like you see, like you say, all the great leaders, they don't put themselves at first. They put team at first. Why they won't do that? Because they know only through this way, on through this mentality, you can have the big picture. Your angle is wide open. So they can affect you are true leader or you are selfish leader. So they all know that, just like Samson, you say, when you come to the decision between you and the team always go first. So I truly agree with that, because you got to do that, because that's the long run. Never think about yourself, think about team. And in gymnastics, just like you say, nobody can success here alone. You need the help with a lot of people, with company, with the product, everything. So you got to be grateful. People won't follow you. People won't help you. So how are you going to do that in return? You got to put the team benefit at the first. So that's what I learned from this quote.
Well, if Robert, if you want to win the war, you got to be like General and President Dwight D. Eisenhower. A sense of humor is part of the art of leadership, of getting along with people, of getting things done. Oh, that's very powerful. I know we were talking about this earlier, but what do you think about that statement, Robert?
This one is touching. I think everybody know that during Eisenhower's war here, World War II, okay, they even become the U.S. president. But I read the history of the World War II. At that moment, before he was appointed to the Joint Chief Commander of the Allied Force in Europe, during Eisenhower didn't have the best performance in previous battle. Actually, he lost a lot of people. He makes some strategy wrong. He makes some decision wrong. But why he become like that? Because a part of that, because U.S. was strong in that. But the other thing is his character. During Eisenhower, he had a bigger view. He know alone he cannot do big thing. He need different people's help. So he know he's the best at that time to communicate with people, okay, to get along with the people. So his final goal is what he say here: get things done. So that's great. So everybody, if you know that, leader is not dictator. Leader is not a boss. Leader need to work with the people. You need to communicate with people. You got to talk to people. You got to feel the people. Then you will know how to lead them. You are not lead by one way. You got to lead by mutual way. But how you can lead by mutual way? You got to understand what the other people think. What is their interest? Best for them. And you, based on that, make a decision. So that's why he became the greatest general in World War II.
Yeah, and became the American president, right?
Correct, yeah.
Because leadership, it is an art, right? An art is what? What does art mean? Art means it has to be flexible. It has to be malleable. It has to be different way, different color, different design. It has to be creative. All to get things done. All to get people to move in the same direction. Actually, when I first started in gymnastics and the group started getting bigger, for sure, from the very beginning, I had people on my team who had personality conflicts, right? It's very common. The bigger the team, the more people, the more conflicts there are. And
the more problem you got.
That's right. So more problem you got. But the whole point is what? We have to, if you're a good leader, you have to be strong enough to submit yourself to solve the problem in a way where you keep everybody moving in the same direction. And that's why when you talk about Eisenhower, how he made so many mistakes, but he was still the Allied commander in Europe during World War II for the USA. Why? Because he was that type. He was humble. He would give up himself, his own ego, his own judgment, not only as a leader, but as a follower of other generals, so that they can come together to win the war. Not the battle, like you were talking about earlier, to win the war. You might be, oh yeah, I'm so strong. Oh yeah, I'm right. But you might win that battle, but you will lose the war. You know, it comes to mind, you know, one of the, after I lost a lot of money in my previous retail business with the 3 stores, I took this class, and I mentioned it many times. One of the things that woke me up was say, the trainer on stage, he was saying, you can be right or you can be rich. Which one you want?
Wow.
I would rather be rich than right. Just show me the way. I would just go. So at that time, I'm like, I got his point. You can be right or you can be rich. Which one you want? So
wow, it's great example. You gotta just getting things done. Get along with the people of getting things done.
You want to be right or you want to be rich? Which one you want?
I want to be rich.
All right. So, but then it comes to the next. I mean, a lot of people wonder, you know, like a lot of times the leaders were so excited and so passionate. You know what the secret is? Because, you know, we should be excited about our vision. You know what? John Wesley, I mean, this gentleman, he's the father of the Christian Methodist movement. He said, when you set yourself on fire, people love to come see you burn. When you set yourself on fire, people love to come see you burn. Now, not literally, of course. When you are so excited, when you attract people to you, they would love to watch you. They would love to watch what happened to you. They are curious. They would love to see you burn with what? Not fire, but with passion. I love that quote. I love that quote.
Wow, that's something. I don't know. Is that one referred to like Samson, like, you know, the leader should take a lead by example, like by the action. You gotta do that first. How do you think, Samson? Is that what the true mean there? Because I didn't know John Wesley a lot. I know that he was founded the Methodist movement that still continue to this day. Yeah. But I think this one is pretty deep. Sometimes you should on fire yourself on fire. People love to come and see you burned.
That's right.
Is that
when you are so excited about something, when you're so passionate about something, when you're so focused on something, people are curious, they're watching you. And maybe the people who follow you, they're inspired to do the same because of your belief, your knowing. That's already part of your leadership. And to show
I got it. I think the point here is not you really burn. Actually, that's your passion, your belief. So that's how the people want to see. And when they realize, they will follow. I think that's the best example.
Yeah. So you know, I was checking, but I was checking the attendees list. Weenie is not here today, so I will have to take her place to tell the story.
Okay, great. What's that?
So our good friend Weenie Sotandio, you know, she was the first one to use the luminescence on half of her face, right? Then her face became crooked, right? Because one side was a lot younger than the other.
Yeah,
so Weenie,
we use that picture a lot.
Weenie told a great story. She has a lot of funny stories, right? So she told this story, and it relates to this saying exactly. Not that it's not by John Wesley, but I don't know where Weenie got the story. She said, there's this guy, and he was standing in the middle of a town square, all right? In the middle of a courtyard. There's a lot of people around, people buying and selling things and going about their daily activity, right? So this guy was standing in the middle of the town square, and all of a sudden, he yells out, yes! And he's all, yes!
Oh my God.
Everybody look around, like, what's happening? What's this guy doing? And then you know what he did? He did it again. He said, yes! Yeah! Right? so what's up? It's like somebody went to ask him, so what's wrong? He says, nothing wrong. Yeah. Say, what's wrong? What's up? So why are you so excited? He said, I don't know. I'm just excited.
Great story. I love it.
So what's the point of the story? The point of the story is it doesn't matter what you're excited. People, you can't catch people's attention, right?
I think I got it. I got it. Samson, I think I got it. Through your story, I think I got it. I got what I mean to set yourself on fire. And the people come to watch you burn.
Yeah. So
great.
Look, success, different people have different attitude about money. Different people have different attitude about themselves and about other people. Those things we cannot control. But through our own, each one of you out there, your leadership, your representation, your action, your belief, your knowing, you will lead other people. Because not because you want to, but because of what's inside you, your energy, your action, and all that you are. Success is an inside job. People will want to be you. People will want to be around you. People want to feel good. They want to be around people who are like that, who are leaders. They automatically will follow you. And when people follow you, you become a leader. Just like that. Nobody wants to follow you, you're no leader. When people want to follow.
Great, Samson. Right now we come to the last slide. Let me have the honor to read that before you show.
Okay, so before the
okay?
Before the last slide, I just say, oh, this is just something I put together. I know, Robert likes it. All right.
Okay, everybody listen up, okay? This guy say something. He say, walk with the little people, think with the giants. But you look something under that. The name is called the Samson Lee. So this is the question I can ask for Samson. Why you wrote it down? What's in your mind?
Good question. I after spending hours and hours and hours researching leadership in 2012, okay, to talk in front of 5,000 people my first time, okay? After spending a lot of time, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm the little people. We're all the little people because we don't know any better. But how to get better is to think like the giants out there, the successful people, the real big leaders, the people who make impact in the world. They are leaders. So we need to pull ourselves up and take on their mindset to think like them. Then we can create a world and an impact just like they did. And that's your success. Each one of you out there, that's your success. But at the beginning, we're all just the little people. We're all the average person. And there's nothing wrong with that. All you have to do is take the mindset of the giants. So no matter what, in team, we're all walking together in the same direction.
Excellent. Let me add one last thing on that. Samson showed me the example. The true leader always humble themselves. They always learning. So I think that's the greatest lesson that Samson told me today. Besides that, live with the giant. And my personal, actually, I'm have the honor to join that. Actually, I'm learning here through the study the PPT first, and I think I'm gonna keep this forever. That's something can be the role and the model. When I encounter some the trouble and some obstacle, I'm gonna take a look at this again, and I will know what a true leader will do, because you show me the very great example. So I'm gonna say thank you very much, Samson, to share this PPT with us, and I'm grateful. Have a leader like you.
Well, thank you very much, Robert. I would encourage you and everybody out there to do your own PowerPoint of talk about leadership. For many of you out there, I see we have diamonds on the call, we have emeralds on the call, we have rubies on the call, we have sapphire, elite, sapphire, we have all kinds of people on the call. That itself is very inspiring. So I encourage all of you to do your own study on leadership. Put together your own PowerPoint that you can teach to your team, that you can share. How to do that? Reflect on what you have gone through and what kept you going. And go ahead and look it up. Look up leadership, the word itself. Look up who says things about it. You know, we all have things to contribute. And this PowerPoint was inspired not only by the people who said these amazing quotes, but by all of you out there, because many of you out there, especially some of you on this webinar, has impacted me directly, inspired me to think about leadership, just like because through what we have done together. So thank you very much. And it's an honor. It's a real honor. It's a real honor. So appreciate every one of you. So Robert, looks like, you know, time is up. We're a little bit over, but has it been fun? I think it's been pretty fun. What do you think?
Yeah, it's very fun. It's always to do with you because you teach me one thing called the co-creative. So everybody, you know, each time you want to do something with Samson, actually, he will not give you the restriction. He just show you the way. And he always say, well, we're gonna have the very good chemistry. We can do the co-creative. So that's something I learned from Samson. Every time, ladies and gentlemen, this one is not, we have no rehearsal. We just talk about that. And what we say here is, I actually didn't know something gonna say next. So it's very fun, and I do learn a lot from here. So I think that's the true leadership. Show me the way, and I can reprove that by myself. And thank you, Samson. Thank you, everybody, and thank you the support from Angie. Thank you, everyone here.
Thank you. Have a great night, great day. You deserve it out there. Stay healthy, stay safe. God bless all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. It's terrific.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
If you see something for yourself, get back to the person who shared this video with you. And don't forget to subscribe to the official USGS YouTube channel to receive future videos.